When I think about the theme of hope in destruction, I'm reminded of the 4 paths of creation spirituality. They were articulated most recently and really beautifully by Matthew Fox, but they go back to medieval theologians like Meister Eckhart and Hildegard of Bingen. The 4 paths of creation spirituality say that first, that we enter what we call the positive way. We enter the world and we accept with open arms, with loving, unconditional acceptance, everything that we see in creation. Our feelings, the people around us, flawed as they are, we invite them into our lives with unconditional loving acceptance. But what happens is that when you enter a world that's full of chaos, when you enter into relationship with people who hurt one another, that you begin to see the negative, the destruction that's possible in nature and in our relationships and ourselves. And so you then move into what Fox calls the negative way, right? Which is both an emptying in the way that Eastern transcendental meditation speaks of, an emptying of the self, but also the way of pain, the way of darkness, the way of loneliness, the way of despair. Even comedy, I think, is part of the negative way, because comedy is what lets us let our guards down enough to be vulnerable. Vulnerability. And then the third path, and this is interesting, is the creative path. The way of making something new and making something beautiful, co-creating with God out of that space of negativity, something beautiful. And isn't that interesting? It's not the positive space that is the breeding ground for hope and creativity and something new. I mean, you know this if you know any good artist, right? Every artist does their best work, not on their most positive days, but from their deep pain, from their deep woundedness. And so it is in the negative space that creativity emerges, that God brings something new to life. And this is the story of Easter, right? It is only after the death and burial of Christ that the resurrection occurs. It's in the deep pain and darkness of Good Friday and Holy Saturday that resurrection bursts forth. And then the fourth path is the transforming path. It's when we take this beautiful thing, this beautiful hope that we've created out of destruction, and we go into the world and we transform the world. When we go and we speak words of hope, when we work for justice in the world around us from the beautiful thing that has been created from our own pain, from our own woundedness. And of course, going out into the world invites us to open our arms with loving acceptance to all that we see there, and we spiral down the path. Hope comes from a place of destruction and despair. So if you're in a place of destruction and despair, know that you're spiraling down the path, that you are in the place of creative energy, and God will meet you there.